The air was frigid. It felt like the cold was seeping into my bones, making every breath a struggle. The chill was relentless, biting at any exposed skin and numbing our senses. The snow crunched under my boots, each step a reminder of the harsh environment we were in. The sound was almost rhythmic, a steady beat that accompanied our journey. I was with a group of hikers, 9 of us in total. We were a mix of seasoned adventurers and enthusiastic newcomers, all brought together by a shared love for the mountains. We were on an adventure, one that promised both challenge and reward. The camaraderie among us was strong, and we felt a sense of unity as we faced the elements together. Our goal was to reach the peak of Dead Mountain. It was a daunting task, but we were determined. The mountain loomed ahead, a silent giant that beckoned us forward. It was known as Otorten by the indigenous Mansi people. This name carried weight and history, a reminder of the mountain's significance and the respect it commanded. The name meant "don't go there." We should have listened. The warning was clear, but our curiosity and ambition pushed us onward. The sun began to set, casting a golden hue over the snow. The beauty of the scene was breathtaking, but it also signaled the approach of night and the challenges it would bring. The shadows grew longer, twisting across the snow like dark fingers reaching out. The landscape transformed, becoming more eerie and foreboding with each passing minute. We set up camp on the slope, our tents providing a small refuge against the encroaching darkness. The process was routine, yet there was an underlying tension in the air. Laughter echoed through the cold air. We were young, we were fearless, we felt invincible. The fire's warmth and the shared stories lifted our spirits, momentarily pushing away the cold and the unease. We had no idea what awaited us in the darkness. As night fell, the temperature plummeted and the wind began to pick up, whispering through the trees and around our tents. The wind howled like a banshee, its eerie wail sending shivers down our spines. It was as if the mountain itself was warning us, trying to drive us away. It ripped through the campsite. Our tent shook violently, the fabric straining against the force. We huddled inside, trying to find comfort in each other's presence. A sense of dread crept over me. Something was wrong, very wrong. The feeling was palpable, a heavy weight that settled in my chest and refused to leave. I heard a scream from one of the other tents. It was a sound that cut through the night, sharp and filled with terror. It was a sound of pure terror, the kind that makes your blood run cold and your heart race. It echoed through the snowy landscape, amplifying the fear that gripped us all. I've never heard anything like it. The scream was unlike anything I had ever experienced, a haunting reminder of the unknown dangers that lurked in the darkness. I fumbled for my flashlight. The darkness was oppressive, wrapping around me like a suffocating blanket. My hands trembled as I finally managed to switch it on, casting a feeble beam of light into the inky blackness. My heart pounded in my chest. Each beat echoed in my ears, a relentless drum of fear. My breath came in short, ragged gasps, the cold air burning my lungs. I unzipped the tent flap with shaking hands. The cold air rushed in, biting at my exposed skin. I hesitated for a moment, dreading what I might find outside. The sight that greeted me will forever be burned into my memory. My flashlight's beam revealed a scene of chaos and terror. Our tent was ripped open from the inside. It was as if something had driven my companions to tear their way out in a desperate bid for escape. There were footprints in the snow. They were barefoot. The sight sent a chill down my spine. Who would venture out into the freezing night without shoes, leading away from the tent, into the darkness? The footprints trailed off into the forest, swallowed by the shadows. We searched for our companions. Our voices echoed through the trees, calling their names, but the only response was the howling wind, The wind whipped the snow into a frenzy, blinding us. The temperature plummeted. It felt like the mountain itself was trying to drive us away. Our fingers and toes grew numb. The cold was relentless, seeping into our bones and sapping our strength. We found them at the edge of the forest. The sight was horrifying. Their bodies lay twisted and broken in the snow. Their bodies were twisted and broken. Some were missing clothes. Some had strange injuries that defied explanation. It was as if they had been subjected to some unimaginable force. What had happened on that mountain? The question gnawed at me, refusing to let go. What kind of terror had driven experienced hikers to flee their tents in the dead of night? These were people who knew the dangers of the wilderness, yet something had pushed them beyond their limits. And how could they explain the strange injuries, the missing clothes, the radiation? These questions haunted me. They still do. The mystery of that night remains unsolved, a dark shadow over the mountain pass. I documented everything in my journal, hoping that one day the truth would come to light. But as the years pass, the answers seem further away than ever. The mountain stands as a silent witness to the tragedy, its secrets buried beneath the snow, and I am left with nothing but questions and the haunting memories of that fateful night. The winter of 1846 was particularly brutal. I was traveling with a group of pioneers, the Donner Party. We were headed west, to California, to a new life. But the mountains had other plans for us. The snow fell relentlessly, piling up around our wagons, trapping us. The once familiar mountain pass had become a frozen tomb. We were running out of food, running out of hope. The air grew heavy with despair. We huddled together for warmth, our bodies shivering uncontrollably. The wind howled outside, mocking our plight. We were starving, desperate, and the worst was yet to come. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. Our supplies dwindled, our hope with them. The strong started to weaken, the weak started to die. We were desperate. Our hunger gnawed at our insides. We ate our horses, our dogs, anything to survive. Then came the whispers. Whispers of an unthinkable act, cannibalism. It was a taboo, a horror we couldn't even comprehend. But as the days grew darker, our humanity began to slip away. I can't bear to describe what happened next. The things we did to survive, the things we had to do. The Donner Party became synonymous with tragedy, with desperation, with the dark side of human nature. It was a winter of unimaginable suffering, a chilling reminder of the fragility of life. Section 5. The Horror of Donner Party. The story of the Donner Party became a grim legend, a cautionary tale whispered around campfires, a reminder that the wilderness is unforgiving, that even in the face of death, some lines should never be crossed. But the mountains held more secrets, more tragedies waiting to be unearthed. The chilling stories of winter's dark embrace continued to surface, each more disturbing than the last. The Dyatlov Pass incident, the Donner Party. These were not just stories, they were warnings, whispers from the past, reminding us that nature is a powerful force, and sometimes it's best not to tempt fate. Section 6. Whispers from the past. The old pawnbroker warned me. "Don't open it," he pleaded, his voice trembling. "It's evil, pure evil." But I didn't listen. I had dismissed his warnings as superstitious nonsense. I was a man of science, of logic. I didn't believe in curses. I should have. The Dybbuk box, a simple wine cabinet, yet it held a darkness that chilled me to my core. It had a strange aura about it, an oppressive weight, as if it were trying to warn me, to tell me to turn back. I brought it home, eager to examine my intriguing purchase, to uncover its secrets. But as I opened the box, I unleashed something sinister into my life, something that would haunt me for years to come. Section 7. The Dybbuk Box, a Modern Evil. The nightmares started almost immediately. Vivid, terrifying. They seeped into my waking hours, blurring the lines between reality and nightmare. I felt a constant presence in my home, a darkness that watched me, toyed with me. Strange things began to happen, objects moved on their own, lights flickered, whispers followed me from room to room. I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched, hunted. I tried to rationalize the events, to find a logical explanation, but the more I tried to deny it, the stronger the darkness grew. The Dybbuk box was more than just a box, it was a conduit, a portal to something ancient and evil, and I had opened it. Section 8. Trapped Spirits and Unexplained Events. In the heart of winter, when the world is cloaked in snow and silence, the air itself seems to whisper secrets of the past. The cold, biting wind carries tales of spirits trapped between worlds, and the eerie stillness of the forest at dusk hints at the presence of the unknown. The Dybbuk box is a modern example of the unexplained. This mysterious antique wooden box, adorned with strange symbols, has captured the imagination of many. It is said to contain a malevolent spirit, a Dybbuk, that brings misfortune to those who dare to open it. A chilling reminder that some mysteries defy logic and reason. The foggy, desolate landscape mirrors the confusion and fear that such tales evoke. The puzzled and scared expressions of those who encounter these mysteries speak volumes about the power of the unknown. It's a testament to the power of belief. The ancient texts, filled with eerie symbols, remind us that belief can shape our reality. Whether it's the fear of the unknown or the hope for answers, our beliefs drive us to seek out these mysteries, and the terrifying consequences of underestimating the unknown. The shadowy figure in a dimly lit room, cautiously opening an old box, symbolizes the danger of delving into mysteries we do not fully understand. The unknown can be both fascinating and terrifying, and sometimes it's best to leave certain secrets untouched. The stories of the Dyatlov Pass, the Donner Party, and the Dybbuk box are all different. Each tale is unique, yet they all share a common thread of mystery and tragedy. The Dyatlov Pass incident, with its snow-covered mountains and unexplained deaths, and the Donner Party's harrowing journey through a harsh winter, both serve as stark reminders of the unforgiving nature of the unknown. And the Dybbuk box are all different, yet they share a common thread. These stories, though varied in their details, all highlight the thin line between the known and the unknown. The vintage map and the changing seasons in a mountainous region symbolize the passage of time and the enduring nature of these mysteries. Yet they share a common thread. They all serve as chilling reminders that the world is a strange and mysterious place. The montage of eerie locations and mysterious artifacts underscores the idea that our world is filled with unexplained phenomena that continue to captivate and terrify us. They all serve as chilling reminders that the world is a strange and mysterious place, full of wonder and beauty. The swirling mist over a dark forest and the dramatic sunset over a snowy landscape highlight the duality of our world. It is a place of both wonder and beauty, as well as darkness and terror. Full of wonder and beauty, but also of darkness and terror. The breathtaking winter sunrise and the snow-covered trees glittering in the sunlight remind us of the beauty that exists even in the coldest, darkest places. But this beauty is often accompanied by an underlying sense of dread and mystery, but also of darkness and terror. We may never know the full truth behind these events, The dark, ominous clouds over a snowy mountain and the shadowy forest with a hint of movement symbolize the ever-present darkness that lurks just beyond our understanding. Despite our best efforts, some mysteries may remain forever unsolved. We may never know the full truth behind these events. The mysteries may remain unsolved. The person looking at an old photograph with a magnifying glass and the fog rolling over a mountain pass represent our ongoing quest for answers. Yet, despite our efforts, some mysteries may remain shrouded in fog, forever eluding our grasp. The mysteries may remain unsolved, but one thing is certain: they continue to fascinate and terrify us. The question mark written in the snow and the person standing at a mysterious site, looking contemplative, symbolize our endless curiosity and the enduring allure of the unknown. But one thing is certain: they continue to fascinate and terrify us, whispering to us from the shadows. The dramatic close-up of eyes widening in realization and the flickering candle in a dark room capture the moment of discovery and the fear that accompanies it. These mysteries whisper to us from the shadows, reminding us of the unknown that lies just beyond our understanding. They continue to fascinate and terrify us, whispering to us from the shadows, reminding us that some secrets are best left buried. The shadowy figure moving in the woods and the montage of people reacting in fear highlight the pervasive sense of unease that these mysteries evoke. They remind us that some secrets are best left buried, hidden away from prying eyes, whispering to us from the shadows, reminding us that some secrets are best left buried. The close-up of a whispering mouth and the rustling leaves in a dark forest symbolize the quiet, persistent presence of these mysteries. They whisper to us from the shadows, reminding us that some secrets are best left undisturbed, reminding us that some secrets are best left buried. The old, weathered gravestone in a snowy graveyard and the hands bearing a mysterious object in the ground serve as a final reminder that some mysteries are best left buried, hidden away from the light of day. These secrets, shrouded in darkness, continue to captivate and terrify us, whispering to us from the shadows. Section 9: Winter's Dark Embrace. Winter, a time of beauty and tranquility, but also a time when darkness reigns, when the cold seeps into your bones, and the shadows seem to whisper secrets best left unheard. So the next time you find yourself surrounded by winter's embrace, remember these chilling tales and be careful what you seek in the shadows, for you never know what you might find.